Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to start our second chapter from our supplementary reader Footprint Without Feet, The Thief's Story by Ruskin Bond. About the writer, Ruskin Bond was born on 19th May 1934 in Kasauli, Himachal Pradesh. He was the son of Anglo-Indian parents. He completed his schoolings from Bishop Cotton School, Shimla. After completing his schooling, he went to England, where he wrote his first novel, The Room on the Roof, in 1956. It won the John Levin Rees Prize in 1957. Ruskin Bond worked for a while in a photo studio while trying to find a publisher for his works. By this time, he was a popular writer, and his essays and articles were published in numerous magazines and newspapers such as The Pioneer, The Leader, The Tribute, and The Telegraph. He also edited a magazine for 4 years. He has written over 300 short stories, essays, and novels. In 1992, Ruskin Bond won the Sahitya Academy Award for his books Our Trees Still Grow in Dehra. In 1999, he received the Padma Shri Award. He was awarded by Padma Bhushan Award in 2014. Now let's start our chapter. The Thief's Story. The Thief's Story is about a 15-year-old boy, Hari Singh, whose life changes when he meets Anil, a 25-year-old writer. Anil's unspoken words and kind gestures leaves a very positive impact on Hari Singh's life. So here are two main characters are being there in this chapter. Hari Singh, he is a 15-year-old fair-handed thief. He is keen on learning how to read and write. He is also experienced robber that he knows how different people will react when they are robbed. Now about Anil, he is a 25-year-old tall and lean man. He earns his living by writing. He is kind, simple and easygoing person. So here, according to the writer, Hari Singh approached Anil while he was watching a wrestling match. As he seemed to be an easy target to him, Hari used some flattering words to gain Anil's confidence, and soon they started conversing. After a while, when Anil started to walk off, Hari followed him with his most appealing smile. He expressed his wish to work for Anil, but Anil bluntly expressed his inability to pay Hari. Hari questioned Anil if he could feed him. Anil agreed to feed Hari only if he knew how to cook. Hari said that he knew how to cook, but this was a lie because Hari Singh didn't know to cook. Anil took Hari to his room over Jamuna's sweet shop and let him occupy the balcony to sleep. Anil gave that night's meal to stray dogs because the meal cooked by Hari was terrible. Anil had realized that Hari didn't know how to cook. He asked Hari to go off to sleep, but Hari hung around, giving his most appealing smile. Anil patted Hari's head and told him that he would teach him how to cook. Then the next day, Anil taught Hari to write his name and promised to teach him how to write whole sentences and to add numbers eventually. Hari was happy and grateful for this, as he knew that he could achieve anything he wanted once he knew how to read and write like an educated man. He liked working for Anil. He started making tea in the morning and buying the day's supplies later. He used to make a profit of about a rupee on buying the day's supply, but knew that Anil didn't mind. One evening, Anil came back with a bundle of currency notes he had got from selling a book he had written to a publisher. He kept the money under the mattress and slept peacefully. Hari had been working for Anil for almost a month and he had gained Anil's trust. Hari saw the opportunity to rob Anil. It was not an easy task as he knew that Anil will be sad about the loss of money. He brushed away his thoughts and decided to execute the robbery the same night, as Anil would have otherwise wasted the money on his friends. Hari considered the situation and crawled up to the bed whence Anil was asleep. He slid his hand under the mattress and drew the money out quietly. He rushed out of the room and began to run on the road. He had secured the money with the string of his pajama. He was heading towards the railway station to catch 10:30 express to Lucknow as planned. He was elated when he counted the money on his way. Hari reached the station just when the train was about to pick up speed. He couldn't have managed to get into one of the carriages, but something unexplainable stopped him. He was left behind on the station. He decided to leave the station and thought while walking through the bazaar about how would Anil feel when he would come to know about the theft. Hari had realized by then that he could not only cook the meals or go to the market to buy daily supplies, but he had also lost the chance to learn how to read and write. Due to these thoughts and his feeling of guilt, he decided to go back to Anil, if only for the sake of learning how to read and write. Hari hurried towards the room. He opened the door cautiously so as not to wake Anil up. He quickly took out the currency notes which were damp because of the rain. He crept out to the bed and placed the notes under the mattress. After that, he went off to sleep in the balcony. Hari woke up late in the morning. He found that Anil had already prepared tea. Anil gave a 50 rupee to Hari, telling him that he had earned some money by selling a book to a publisher and now he would pay him regularly. Hari was motivated, but he could make out that Anil knew everything, though he didn't say anything to him about it. According to this story, our writer wants to convey a small message is that money can't make a man as much as education can. The statement stands true in almost all the aspects of life. Money may buy us all the luxuries and fulfill our needs, but it cannot buy us knowledge, civilized thinking, skills, and ability to achieve our dreams. Education lays the platform for all to act upon our goals according to our abilities. Education enables us to keep with the fast moving world. It opens the door to opportunities we do not know even exist. Money, on the other hand, can assist us to a certain level. It can buy us a plan, but education gives us the knowledge of its execution, just as in the story, A Thief's Story.